Welcome to Narrow Ground Entertainment. I'm Steve the Unimpressed. This is episode 10 of COVID Besieged. One of my family members tested positive for COVID-19, so I'm not able to go to work for a while, and I decided to make productive use of the time by making a YouTube video a day until I can. Yesterday I did a little mining and finished off my set of iron tools, so today I am going to start raiding houses again, looking for the rest of the materials that I need to make a chemistry station, which will improve my ability to make ammunition. Before I set off on any of that, though, I am going to visit the trader and see if he has anything interesting for sale today. Hugh actually did have one very good and very expensive prize for us today. There was a Marksman Rifle available, so I bought that. The Marksman Rifle is in the same weapons category as the hunting rifle, but it is an upgrade in that it actually has a magazine, so you have 5 shots instead of 1. Since I don't want to carry too many weapons with me on my looting expeditions, I am actually going to make a trip back to the base to put the tactical assault rifle away. There are situations where the 31 rounds of full automatic of the tactical assault rifle would be a benefit, but most situations the 5 rounds that the Marksman Rifle gives me is going to be more than enough, especially for daytime looting. I will of course keep the tactical assault rifle around. It will come in useful for the later 7-day hordes, unless I get an AK-47 before then. My first stop for raiding is going to be the Poopy Daycare that I have noticed before but haven't been over to raid. So let's get in here and see what we can find. To avoid breaking down this type of door, I don't think gives you very much brass, if any, but I'm going to avoid breaking it down for now anyway, and go in through this window. I do tend to keep the stone axe around even after I have iron tools. It is better for certain tasks, especially things where you know that it's only going to take 1 hit to destroy whatever you're trying to destroy, because it uses less stamina when you swing it than the iron tools do. Sneak in here with a spear out and see what we can find. He noticed us. And apparently none of his buddies heard that. Let's see if there are any more of them around. So far this place actually seems relatively empty. Any zombies out on the playground? I don't see any. Alright, let's check this side of the building. Oop. Hello. There was one, but he didn't last long. Somebody heard that. Were they in the locked bathroom, or are they upstairs? It sounded like... Yep, there they are. She won't be bothering us anymore. And let me see. Can't pick these doors. I think I am just going to break this one down. I need the iron anyway. No zombies in here. Let's check the rest of the upstairs. Oop, there's some outside. You cannot jump while sneaking, at least not enough to get up anything, which is highly annoying. That was a pile of garbage. There's probably at least one more in here, but somebody's coming up the stairs. Or trying to find the stairs, perhaps. several someones. Need some help with that? Apparently I can't help him because I'm out of stamina. There we go. Magazines, enabling me to waste my ammo faster. Hold still. There we go. Let's check those last couple of rooms upstairs. Nobody in here. How about behind the locked door? Or unlocked door? There is somebody there. Just one? Nope, several. Now there's just one. I hope. Alright, we're clear and we've found the best loot in the house up here. So let's see what we've got. These boxes had a lot of relatively worthless stuff in them. 2 more quality 3 blunderbusses, so I'm going to have to sell those off. I've stopped even carrying them around, and I might sell off all of the ones that I have. My possession of so many cartridge weapons is starting to render them obsolete. I did more than replace the 7.62mm ammo I picked up. The most exciting find in these boxes was this armor triple pocket mod. So when I install that into one of my pieces of armor, that will open up 3 of these inventory spaces. I can't actually use these, but if I put anything in these inventory spaces, it slows my character down, so I can't run as fast. This triple pocket mod means that 3 more of these will be regular spaces like this that don't have a little heavily loaded man sitting in them, which will mean that I can put stuff in those spaces and carry it back to base without it slowing me down. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a piece of armor to put that on right now. It's not going to fit on the chest armor. It might fit on the helmet, but I'm not sure that it can be installed in the helmet. How about these boots that I just found? It can go on the boots. So we'll put it on the boots. And there are my 3 new inventory spaces. Well, not new, but I can use them more effectively. I hear an airdrop. That airdrop landed a little ways past my iron deposit, so it's actually relatively close. I am going to mark it with an X, just in case I don't have time to go get it today, but I think I'm going to try and go get it today. One thing about these little airdrop icons that show up when it drops, if you log out of the game without going to collect it, that icon disappears. So I've had that happen with one over here that I didn't have time to go and fetch. So when I see them drop, I always mark them independently on my map. That way if I don't have time to go and get them before I have to stop playing, I will still know where they are. But first, let's finish off with this place. I have finished looting the daycare, and I have put my extra stuff storage chest outside. I did find some interesting things in there, beyond what was in the especially good loot containers at the top of the attic. Mostly that was schematics. The daycare had 2 bookshelves in it, both of which had some useful things in them. Already read the armor plating mod schematic that I found, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's a modification for armor that I now have the ability to make, although I probably won't make very many of them in the near future anyway. Found one of the Batter Up series of skill books. Well, I found 2 of them. And since I am carrying around a baseball bat, I'm going to go ahead and use that. I found a schematic for a wrench, so now I will be able to make wrenches without having to purchase the skill perk that will let me make them. And I found the recipe to make corn seeds. In addition to the corn seeds, I found, or the recipe to make corn seeds, I found 2 pumpkin seeds. So I will probably need to start working on my ability to do agriculture here soon. I haven't devoted much attention to that, but I do have some other seeds for several other plants back at base, and now I can also make corn seeds, and I do have some corn back at base. In a pile of medical supplies, I found 2 beakers, which means that I am 1 step closer to my chemistry station. I need 1 beaker to make the chemistry station, and they can also be used in the campfire, so it's good to have 2. I can put 1 in the campfire and have the full complement of campfire tools now. A lot of the rest of this I'm going to leave here because I can't really use it right now. The exceptions will be the ammunition and the blunderbusses. The blunderbusses I will take home and sell. I have enough time to do 1 more location today, but probably not a large one, so I'm going to poke around in this barn here, which is right next to the daycare. Let's see if anyone's in here. Is that a zombie in the corner? Nope, that's a block of cement. Or a bag of cement. Nobody behind the hay bales. Probably somebody in the loft, though. Nope, nobody in the loft either. Oop. Trap floor in the loft. Can't pick that door. What is out back? Nothing exciting out back, just a snowscape, which probably has cougars in it, so I'm going to ignore that. Looks like the coast is clear in here, so I'm going to go back upstairs and see what is in the Shamway crate. Lots of sham, which is a takeoff of spam. Not a lot in this barn that was actually valuable. Not wasting any bullets this time. Oop. There's a bear. We're not going to mess with him. We're just going to slowly back away. I'll mess with him when I'm higher level. I did decide that as long as I'm here and I've still got some daylight left, I'm going to take a look at this water tower and see if there's anything valuable around here. Oop, well, I'm glad I did now. This will let me make the ergonomic grip mods. I have 1 of those that I have been shuffling around between my tools. I'm not sure how complicated the recipe will be, but if I can make several of those and keep them on every tool, that would be handy. Let's see if there's anything interesting in the top. Nope. Well, there was something interesting at the top. It was a vulture. Zombie vultures do not have much in the way of good meat, but they do have a lot of feathers. Let's see if there's anybody in the water tower. Occasionally there are zombies inside the water towers. And sometimes there are loot boxes in them as well. If I can just get down here. Looks like not in this one. Am I going to be able to get back out? cannot breathe here. Yeah, thanks. Apparently I can't jump back to that ladder, so I'm going to have to do this the other way. Craft a couple of wood frame blocks. Stand on that and jump on the ladder. There. Okay, well, no need to venture back in there. And now I think it is time to go home. Well, I made it back to base and divested myself of some of the loot I was carrying. And it is getting late, but now I have remembered that I forgot about this airdrop. So I think I am going to go ahead and run out to try and collect that. I could wind up coming back after nightfall, but I think it's a risk worth taking. Besides, I managed fine the last time that I tried to come back after nightfall. I also need to be looking for birds' nests like this because my supply of eggs is pretty low. Here's our airdrop. Complete with flashing lights now, apparently. Ha! Even more beakers, a whole lot of canned food, and more ammunition. You can never have too much ammunition. No such thing. And it took me less than an hour to get out here, so let's get home. Back to my home sweet roofless wooden compound. If I could just actually, jump into it. There we go. I even managed to get back from that run before dark, so that was well worth it. A couple more beakers and a lot of canned food, which is good because I'm starting to run out of eggs, and I didn't find that many on that trip, so I might have to start eating the canned food. Usually I save it up to sell to the trader eventually. Yeah, him. One of the downsides of building your base close to the trader is that you can hear those messages constantly. It does get a little bit tiring. Well, I have been sorting through my inventory and my chests, figuring out what I'm going to sell off and what I'm going to keep. I added another chest to my basement to store the tools that I actually use, the ones I want to keep around, even though I don't carry them all the time, and also my weapons and my ammunition. I also need to look at the recipe for the chemistry station and check how close we are. We have our beaker. Need a lot of forged iron, but I can make that. I have 2 spare cooking pots, so I think I can make a third in the forge if I need to. Short iron pipes, we are still significantly less than 30, but that's not that big a concern because I can harvest them from a lot of places, and the number of bottles of acid I have is still 0. So really, there's quite a ways to go on that yet before I can get that accomplished. I do want to check the recipe for the ergonomic grip. Alright, that requires forged steel, which I am nowhere near being able to make. So I'm not going to be able to make those in the near future either. I hear a wolf outside. Should I go turn him into dinner? No, I don't think so. And I also wanted to look into agriculture, so let's see if that has changed for this update. Doesn't look like it has. In order to grow the seeds that you find, you have to make yourself some farm plots. Farm plots are not horribly expensive to make. Some of the supplies required, though, you do have to pay a little bit of attention to gather. Rotting flesh is one of them. I did get a little bit of that from harvesting that zombie vulture that I surprised, we surprised each other at the top of the water tower. Let's go with that interpretation. Nitrate powder, I have deposits of that nearby, but I also have some up in my chest. Clay soil you can get from anywhere, and wood, well, there's lots of trees. So rotting flesh will be the tricky one to come by. I have also been walking past a source of this, though. There are occasional little piles, like little rib cage things lying on the road around the towns. You can get rotting flesh, bones, and I think animal fat as well occasionally from those. So I will have to start collecting those a little more often. I need the rotting flesh, and of course the bones are always useful to make glue. That will have to be a goal for tomorrow, though, because I'm not going to venture out into the middle of the night looking for rotting flesh. I'm likely to just find zombies. Instead, I will stay down here and try to lay out some of this floor and maybe dig a little bit deeper into my mine. Crap. That wolf heard me. I guess he's going to become breakfast after all. Where are you? There you are. Alright, let's wait around for a minute to see if any zombies heard that. Doesn't sound like it. Gonna turn you into glue. Glue and stew. Actually, I can't make meat stew yet. That is another thing I should look and see what the requirements for are. Alright, I turned some of that wolf into breakfast, so I'm going to go ahead and eat that. The recipe for meat stew unfortunately involves some vegetables that I don't have yet, namely a potato. I have yet to find any potatoes. I will have to check the farmyards over there and see if any potato plants are growing in them. That would at least give me a few potatoes, but I don't think I can make potato seeds. So whether or not I can get a potato farm going is another question. That'll be a problem for another day, and I'm not going to purchase a perk that will allow me to make meat stew if I don't have the resources to make meat stew. So that's where I'm going to leave this episode. Thank you for watching. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel to see more videos from me. And if you want to help my channel grow, share it with your friends. Goodbye and God bless.